Here today to show you guys a little bit about fuel trims and how they work and what they look like on a graph or a scan tool. Really, when you read a fuel trim, you can really see where your fuel issues are, whether it might be clogged injectors, dirty fuel line, clogged fuel filter, stuff like that. So if you got a scan tool that can read or show you at least somewhat a graph of your fuel trim, this can tell you a little bit how your fuel system is and if it's clean, dirty, or if there's issues in it. Now, first things first, this is what an engine on a graph would look like at idle. It's going to go from the positive side to negative side constantly up and down, kind of like a heartbeat. And what you see here is wide open throttle, and what this is when you floor it, your fuel trim should come to a maximum point. And this is just an estimate. I mean, it can go all the way up to 20% positive fuel trim. And positive means gas is going into the engine, so you can see it slowly going up as you go through RPM. And then as you let off the gas, it goes back down into idle. All right, and at this top point here, this is the maximum of this given example, which is 14.45. Excuse me. This can vary depending on vehicle and so on and so forth. But right here it is back to idle. And what I really wanted to talk to you about is your fuel additives like Berryman, Gum Out, all those fuel additives that you can put in that's supposed to help clean your fuel injectors, your fuel system, those fuel system cleaners, stuff like that. Now, if you ever read a graph and out of nowhere it drops down to negative really bad or it's really high positive, you have a fuel issue. I mean, mostly if it's positive, that's usually maybe an oxygen sensor. You have an injector that's dripping just raw gas into the cylinder head and it's just using an excessive amount of gas, and the oxygen sensors is trying to compensate for all that extra gas by raising idle and RPM and everything. But really, if you see negative, that means you don't have that much fuel, which is a lean condition, which also could be your oxygen sensors. But most of the time, if you don't have a check engine light, usually you have a dirty fuel system, and just at idle, it might drop down to like 3.962 negative, or it might jump up to 4.22 positive, just whatever it shows on the graph. If it's erratic like that, you have an issue in your fuel system, and whatever that may be, try a fuel additive that you want to see and actually get some results out of to maybe do a review. What you can do is look at your graph before you put the fuel additive in and see if it's got any high or low spots in it. Then run your additive, maybe 2 or 3 different bottles of the same product or however you want to do it, and see if it changes your graph. And if it does, that's a sign that the additive is working and that your car is actually running most better than what it was before. And really, if you want to see performance gains and how your vehicle runs, this graph on a scan tool or whatever you may have that can show you your fuel trim, that will get you what you want. That will get you back into the good side of your vehicle, where it runs better and where it gets better on gas mileage, more horsepower, better takeoff and acceleration, less hesitation, poor idle, stuff like that. But I just wanted to go over this with you guys because this fuel trim, it can really, really help you, and it can really show you the health of your vehicle's fuel system. Thank you guys. Like, subscribe. If you liked it, leave me a comment. If there's anything else you want to go over with me, just comment and ask, and we'll go on from there. Thank you guys. See you later.